The highly charged issue of stem cell research in America. This morning, the president is set to push back again to issue the third veto of his presidency, but two of them have been on stem cell research. And the question is this the end of any federal funding possible for embryonic stem cell research? We'll turn now live to Claire Shipman, who's in Washington. Claire?
Diane, he is doing it again, another veto on this extremely emotional issue. You know, 68% of Americans actually support embryonic stem cell research, and Nancy Pelosi thinks it's such a hot political issue. She's already issued a new fundraising letter talking about President Bush's cruel veto pen. But until the makeup on Capitol Hill changes or in the White House, this is the president's decision. The debate always drenched in a roiling mix of politics and emotion.
These boys and girls are not spare parts.
I just don't see how we can turn our backs on this.
A year ago, issuing the first veto of his presidency, President Bush stood surrounded by the ultimate cast in the battle raging over the use of frozen embryos for stem cell research.
Each of these children was adopted while still an embryo and has been blessed with the chance to grow up in a loving family.
And the other side equally willing to pull at a few heartstrings.
It hurt to see the president use the one veto of his administration to strike down this legislation.
And on the day of his second stem cell veto, the new media reminds that this is a potent political issue. A recent pro-stem cell research posting on YouTube generating thousands of hits so far, made by a prominent Hollywood director. It tries with a shock tactic to make the case that most frozen embryos are discarded in any event.
It could help people who are really suffering.
No, it just doesn't seem right to me. Throw them in the trash.
And remember this ad last fall?
No, I care deeply about stem cell research.
And this response?
He is exaggerating the effects of the disease.
Since Congress can't override a veto right now, any change may be up to the next president. The Democrats all support easing restrictions, as do John McCain and Rudy Giuliani. But Mitt Romney doesn't, and he won't hesitate to play an emotional trump card.
I have a wife that has a serious disease that could be affected by stem cell research and others, but I will not create new embryos through cloning or through embryo farming, because that will be creating life for the purpose of destroying it.
Now, President Bush is hoping to blunt some of the criticism by offering to support new research today. You've probably seen in recent weeks that article that scientists have been able to take the skin cells from mice and make stem cells. But most scientists, Robin and Diane, say the fruit of that research is a long way off.